Hey y'all, this is Wall Dog. I want to make a video about sneezing from allergies because I'm gonna sneeze. Not right now, but every time I take a breath, it tickles the back of my sinuses. But I'm happy. I'm happy to know that I don't know what kind of flowers that are out there, but the bushes with the flowers outside my apartment and the trees and the surrounding vegetation, the wildlife, they're doing great. The pollinators, the pollen, they're doing really fantastic. They're doing a great job. They're doing the pollen plants are doing too good of a job. They're doing great, and I'm happy to know that because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning almost, and I got the sniffles. I got the sniffles. Something fierce right now. I was doing some thinking. You ever think about things and it's like a story? It's like, what is this? How does this story sound? Let me think of this, and I'll just say a couple things because they're on my mind. So this has to do with if I got a mother in Mexico. I've got a year's lease on my apartment. Going through some life changes, and I see some opportunities for learning things, and put those things together. And I'm like, well, I could get dual citizenship. I could visit and kind of get a big life change. I was thinking about that. How does that feel? Well, it's definitely a thought. It's a story. Interesting one. But I just want to say that because it has been kind of processing my brain a bit. Yeah, just thinking about that. It's like a year away. And I want to say this. I want to pat myself on the back for this. One, that's a brave thing to do. That's a big change of scenery. Two, other thing is that rationally speaking, it's impressive to me if I was to imagine another person doing this. So I'd ask them questions like, why? And to explain it rationally, which is an interesting way of saying this, I believe in God. I think that'd be which is interesting because I'm like, I can't imagine this kind of conversation happening with me having this with a person. But maybe I'm having a I can't imagine myself ever asking this in this way. Like, why did you do that? Well, what? Okay, maybe I can if I'm like in a positive way. Like, so what? Why did you do it? I'm kind of interesting. Like I'm interested to hear how this came about. Talking about doing a life change. I can see myself talking about that. And then saying to the person, well, I believe in God. Okay. I mean, even if a person said that to me, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but it sounds like you're also saying, since that's all that you're saying and not more than that, it sounds like you don't really want to talk about it. But that's not necessarily true. Because if I was talking to another person, and let's say this person's a lot like me or is me, I know that person's kind of being funny, but all serious, spiritual, and also, just kind of funny. So, but like the funniness of it, the humor, if the person was me, if I'm now imagining a conversation with myself, which I could see as like a therapy thing or an analytical thing, self analyzing, that when I'm using humor in that way, situational humor, that there's probably some stuff that is not so funny. That's involved, like harsh, harsh realities of life. But again, if I'm the funny person, and I say the harsh realities of life, I'm just masking the fact that it's just silly things attributed to me and my my relationship with God. So I do want to say another thing, uh, that the fact that I'm more positive minded and I'm seeing things as being silly instead of being cruel. Starting to see things more clearly, and not be, negative. That I see that as growth for me. Anyways, so I'd say that I'm so the plan this morning. Here's the plan. So today is Sunday, one of my favorite days, spiritual day. I'm not going to go back to bed because of pollen. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, like a real, like a real trooper. I'm going to work out. I'm going to be like half asleep. This is my day today. I'm going to be like half asleep. But um, if you have forgotten, I can power up and be supernatural and stuff like that. But I'm gonna just be my basic self here. Be half asleep, work out at the gym around 6 o'clock. Around 6 o'clock, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up at the coffee shop I go to, Panera. I'm gonna go to Panera at 6 o'clock. This is me just, I'm being silly right now. I'm being fictitious. This is also, but to me, it's like, it's funny. Because I know I've got to, uh, I know I'm a lot, but like, I'm saying that kind of in a negative way, but also in a positive way. So I'm trying to say that, try to emphasize that. So to walk in, I'm gonna 6 o'clock in the morning. One of the best. Here's one of the inspiring things about today for me, that I know at 6 o'clock in the morning there is nobody around. It is a ghost town. So I'm gonna be there after a hard gym workout. I'm gonna be there partially half asleep and all pepped up and be like I just got out like I'm an football player after a football game. I'll walk in there, I'll be sweating, I'll be breathing heavy, like I've been, you know, I'll be walking kind of silly, which is a way for me to say that I'm tired, and I've grabbed that first coffee cup, and I'm gonna get excited, and then I'm gonna be all like, I'll be, you ever see those like just on autopilot. It's gonna go just like, I'm gonna mosey on over to to a little table, and I'm gonna sip my hazelnut coffee and meditate for an hour. I might meditate for an hour. I really, uh, it might be an hour, might be an hour and a half. 6 o'clock in the morning. So by then, 7:30 in the morning. There's still, it'll be quiet. And I say that, the lone quiet part, emphasizing that, not because I think that I don't want to be around. Well, actually, let me say this. I realize I'm self aware that I'm kind of in a cycle of enjoying my solitude. And that's how I feel. And but I enjoy being around people. I'm a people person. I enjoy being around people. I love people. So there's that too. But I'm just describing the situation. And then, in preparation, because it is Sunday, it's grandparents' day. It is the official holiday for me, has become this. My family has designated Sunday, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and now Sunday morning, which I'm probably going to wake up my grandparents. Sunday is grandma day. After, I get my stuff done, go out and do my spiritual stuff. And it then becomes grandma day. And before that, and at around 7:30, after, as I'm leaving, after drinking my coffee, I'm going to go to the gym again to because it's still too early. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to show up at my grandparents' house at 7:30 in the morning. I can't imagine showing up at anybody's house at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Anyways, maybe 8 o'clock. I'm going to go to the gym. I'll work out, do a lighter workout of maybe like 30 minutes or so. Take a shower. It's a good idea. And by then, it's going to be like 8, 8:30. And then it's time to go visit my grandparents. It's gonna be like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Perfect time to visit the grandparents. Because if I'm lucky, my grandfather's already awake. And he's going to be, if I'm lucky, which he probably was, there's pollen in the air, right? I've been talking about the flowers and the trees. So that's probably not going to happen. But I like to imagine, I like to be motivated and inspired that what's waiting for me as I'm on the highway, driving alone, it's going to be mostly alone and quiet. Maybe not by that time. It's like 9 o'clock, 8:30. But I like to imagine as I'm rolling down on two wheels on my bicycle that there is an old man sitting on his couch with a newspaper and a cup of tea with the news on, waiting for me to arrive. That is as far as I'm planning today. After that, I don't know. I'm probably going to take a nap. It's going to be the afternoon. You know, my grandparents take naps. I don't usually take naps, but, you know, to each their own. I may take a nap. And then wake up feeling refreshed in the late afternoon. Cook some food, maybe eat some nachos. Who knows? Have a TV dinner. I'm gonna be hungry by then. And get ready for the evening. Hopefully have a home cooked meal. That'd be great. If not, that's alright. And try to watch a movie with the grandparents. That is what I'm thinking about. If I was smart, I'd add in some reading, some book reading in there, because it might be a good change of pace to read while I'm tired, or more so tired than usual, being that kind of to liven things up in my routine. Because my reading recently has been stale. I've not been reading the way I want to, but we'll see. So that is Sunday for me. And all the while, you know, praise God. I'll be praising, meditating, and doing spiritual stuff along the way. Be grateful and mix in some positive affirmations here and there, saying good things about myself. It's like no more positive tomorrow. So, all right, I'll make it going. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Got like 2 hours. Might just go back to bed, ruin my entire schedule. It'll be really funny. Just after all that imagination, I'm gonna fall asleep, wake up in the afternoon, by mistake, of course. No, I'm gonna stay up and just meditate. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Happy Sunday.